Me, Doomling, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. For some reason, and I still don't really know why this is the case, I've actually had to change the syncing on my camera. You may have noticed in the previous video, I was noticeably out of sync with whatever was going on in the game, in terms of my hand movements on the Wiimote. You notice it more than ever when you can follow hand movements to what's going on the screen. I was, considerably delayed. Should be... yeah, that's much better now. So, for some reason, it's changed. I've got no idea how it could change, because usually I'm on a delay of about 600 milliseconds, I think that's what it is. But for some reason, it's changed to 800, but whatever. Just makes my job a little bit more difficult, because there's more that I have to check prior to going live, I guess. But anyway, I'll just go and get my chats up. Of course, in this video we are going to be taking care of the next dungeon, hopefully. It was my intention to do that in the last video, but I was a little bit distracted by that woman who needed my help. I was under the misunderstanding, to be honest, that I needed to help her. I really didn't. Not only in that moment, but just in general, I don't think I ever really needed to help her. It was just, there was something about the situation. It was the fact that I saw a person right there who needed to be spoken with. I just felt, I didn't notice her on the way up. I think she might have been there, but I didn't notice her. So when I came back from having placed that tablet, I assumed that talking to her was actually part of moving forward in the quest. It really wasn't. So, well, moving forward in what I was doing in Skyward Sword, and it was not. It was just a side quest, and I feel like I should have been able to identify that, but I guess I failed to do so. Anyway, just making sure that everything's fine here with the stream. Hello Andrita, good to see you. Just getting chats up again. I do have 2 chats to negotiate here, because I'm back on Twitch. So, if I could get this. Why do I have to keep saying that yes, I am okay to watch my stream? Like, it's my frickin' stream, right? I'm logged in to Twitch, and I have to say that I'm willing to watch a mature stream, even though it's my own stream. It's really, really frickin' weird. I don't understand how no one considered that that might not be a good thing, but, or something that could be worked around. I don't really know. I don't ask for much, I just ask for intuitive design, which seems to be more than I can ask for websites these days. Okay, let's pop out the Twitch chat. Pop out. And there we go, it should be all under control now. So again, we will actually be able to make our way to the next dungeon here in this video, because we are in a new location. I don't think we're really going to make a start on the dungeon in this video. It really depends on how long it will take me to get through this area. For those who are not familiar with this fact, I'm going to mention it again. I am now totally blind in this game, which is to say that I've not only never been through this before, I've never seen it before. I've never seen this part of the game. So this is going to be an all-new and interesting experience. Well, maybe not interesting. Interesting in the sense that it's going to be different to the first part of the area that I've been... well, the first part of the game that I've been through, the forest location. But in terms of the level design, we're about to find out if it sucks or if it's decent. I'm not going to be super, how do I say, critical of it, but we'll see what happens. What do you want to say, lady? Master, I require your confirmation. You are currently attempting to ascertain the location of Zelda. You are certainly correct about that. Are you familiar with how to use dowsing to search for Zelda? Imagine if I wasn't familiar with how to do that. Of course you do. My apologies. Please continue your search for Zelda. It is true that I hadn't really considered the fact that I was supposed to be dowsing for Zelda still, so here we go. Excellent. I was able to reorientate the Wiimote there nice and easily. I do enjoy being able to do this. There we go. Syncing is much better now. It's not 100% perfect. It is difficult to get it absolutely perfect, but it's within, well, a very small window of accuracy. Well, I don't even know if that's what I'm trying to get across. Anyway, point is, we do have, not really point is, but rather to move on from that point. We do have a new shield now, so we don't have to worry about the shield burning at the very least, although I cannot speak to the durability of it yet, because I haven't really used it in combat. So we'll see how long it takes for it to break. My hope is that it won't break immediately, but that remains to be seen. Perhaps we will get bombs in this next dungeon. I guess it would make sense, because of course we're going into a rather mountainous area, so I guess destroying rocks might be important. For fuck's sake, what do you want from me? Now it's just disappeared into the wall. It didn't seem like the kind of creature that could burrow into stone, but I don't know. Yeah, this is Dink's favorite Zelda, 110%. I really was excited to catch a bug or something, you know, interacting with the endemic life of the area, but no, apparently not. It got so sick of me that it just despawned in front of my eyes. I mean, I don't really know what else to say other than I tried my best to try and catch it, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. What more can be said? Okay, so fortunately these do not disappear over a period of time, and they also seem to not be hot. So when I first saw them, I thought that they might have heated up a little bit because they're sitting in the lava and they seem like they're hot, don't they? But they're not. Or at least not so hot that it would harm Link. So that's a good thing. I really wasn't sure how that was going to work. Mole people. Okay. So I'm kind of used to seeing Gorons in areas such as these, but these are mole people, I guess. And that guy's got a very interesting top knot. Hey, hey, hey! You mess with our turf and you're gonna pay? Okay, whoa, you're not... Yo, Lead, I don't think this is one of those red creeps. Well, I do hope you can see colour. Yeah, I think you're right. No reason to scare the hair off us, though. Sorry about that, pal. These monsters showing up and messing with our turf has got me on edge. They show up here and I'm gonna knock the... Oh, they show up here and I'm gonna knock the red clean out of them. That's what I'm doing here. Yeah, me, Lead. Lead. What an interesting name. Oh, you can roll bombs in Skyward Sword. Good to know. Yeah, whatever, Mr. Too Scared to Dig in the Dark. Too scared to dig in the dark? How does he dig at all? If you're burrowing underground, there's no light source, so... How did he... How is he... He's obviously not too scared to dig in the dark. He's probably just, you know, minorly afraid of it. Anyway, if you're looking for treasure, you should stay clear of those red guys. Why? They have such a lack of interest in treasure that they will never be close to treasure, is that what you're saying? No, I suppose they're assuming that that's the reason why I'm here, is to look for treasure. You got a jelly blob. It may look like a boring wad of gunk, but it's used to make all sorts of things. Okay. Well, that's great, that's a new item for our collection that I care nothing about. I don't know how it could possibly be that I'm playing a game where I don't care about the collection of random items, because usually that's something that I rather enjoy, but I'm just not feeling it this time around. None of it feels important, none of it feels relevant. So, that's the way it is. Okay. So, I don't really know if it's worth trying to shoot these things down with seeds, because I don't think they would be affected by them. I can try. Hold on. I don't really know what targeting's even for in this fucking... You know what, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Targeting in this game, particularly with ranged weaponry, is almost fucking pointless because, again, you're holding it in a specific place anyway, and it's not like the game takes over. It doesn't take over at all if you target. It just does whatever your hand is doing, so... I mean, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there's another button that I should be pressing along with the target. What the fuck? Does that fluctuate in any way? Am I not allowed to go back? No, okay, so it does. The level raises and falls. Or rises and falls, however we want to say that. Okay. So we're getting some money that I don't really care for. It seems that if we jump onto this, this will get us back. Okay. Well, that's actually quite good then. Let's just wait for this to go back down. But yeah, this is a... you know, Restream, the website, is just... It's absolutely shitting itself. You know how usually you've got a scroll bar on the far right side of a page? The scroll bar is disappearing and reappearing, which causes the whole page to shift from left to right. And it's fucking distracting me in my peripheral vision. I don't really want Restream up anyway, so it's fine, but... I'm just shocked by the fact that every website that I use in this day and age just doesn't fucking work. And you know the reason why? It's because there is a lot more involved in getting a website to work these days as compared to 10, 15, 20 years ago. Which is all well and good, but if you can't get a consistent and decent result out of your website, then don't fucking over-engineer it. It's really quite simple. I mean, websites were better when they were more functional. Doesn't matter if they look more pretty now. They're less functional because they fucking break all the time. I really don't ask for much, I just ask for something that fucking works. Anyway, I understand that that might be an overreaction for having, you know, a scroll bar disappear and reappear on a page, but fucking hell, I feel really bogged down by things that just don't work. You know, I came from YouTube, which barely works. I went to Twitch and I find that it still doesn't really work properly. And even Restream doesn't work properly, at least on the website side of things. It's just very odd, I don't know. I don't have high expectations or anything, really. It's just I remember a time on the internet when websites fucking worked. Okay, so... That's fine, yeah. Just making sure I've got, both my Twitch stream and OBS on my computer. Okay, all good. Now we can return to what we were doing. Excuse the minor distraction. Okay, hello, there is another mole person. You've got a really interesting haircut. And is that a goatee? Huh? Who are you supposed to be? Never seen you around here before. Well, hold it right there. Are you a friend of those red creeps? No way. I like how Link needs to ask about the red creeps. He just spoke to two people who were mentioning them. You're not, huh? Well, you don't look like him, that's for sure. You're not that ugly. He is ugly, though. So what then? You here to pick bomb flowers? Bomb? What? I suppose that would be the appropriate response rather than yep. Because we don't know about bomb flowers, apparently. Okay. My Twitch chat has a line that says new all of a sudden, but no new messages have been sent, so I don't know what that means. Again, Twitch barely working, I guess. Bomb flowers. You're joking, right? Those are them... That's a very strange... You mean the fact that I don't know what they are? That's just strangely written. Bomb flowers. You're joking, right? You should say you're joking, right, before saying bomb flowers, because you've already addressed what it is, and then you're acting incredulous. It's just the wrong order of things. It doesn't flow well. Those are them growing right over there. You pick one with A and the fuse lights. A few seconds later, boom. You don't want to stop and sniff the flower, or this flower. Dangerous plants, believe me. But once you learn to use them, they're a powerful weapon. Us Mogmas are crazy about them. I think the onomatopoeia for moles is mogu mogu in Japanese. Like that's them making their noises, I guess. That's where their names derive from. I believe so anyway. It just sounds about right that a mole would go mogu mogu in Japanese. I don't know why. But that seems to be something that just flashed into my mind. You can toss and roll them the same way you do jars. See what you can do with those bomb flowers over there. Huh? You do know how to roll and throw stuff, right? Japanese moles are the best. Hello, Tron. I'm glad to see that you're here. I was hoping it wouldn't end up being too early for you, but I guess it is Sunday night for you, so you're probably not at work. Do I know how to roll and throw stuff? I should say not really, because I'd like to find out exactly. how to do that. Don't know any of this stuff, huh? No worries, pal. I got you covered with all the info you need. Are you just hanging around here to give me a tutorial? It's very nice of you. When you've got a bomb flower, point the Wii remote up. The trajectory of the bomb will show up for you. So all you do is line it up with your target and wave it down to chuck it. Okay, so it's very similar to throwing things, but instead of throwing, you're rolling. I'm assuming anyway. A trajectory guide will show you, or rather show up if you point the Wii remote down. I can't read today, I don't know why. Wave it up to roll the bomb along that guideline. To reach places up high, it's best to throw bombs, but to cover distances or... Okay, so we do have two separate options. We can either throw or roll, and I'm sure we'll work out how to do both of those things. Let's give it a try. So if we do this, we throw, then... Aha, so if we hold the... Okay, well, that's probably not good. I'm guessing I've gone and scared that guy away. I freaked him out. Does he have anything to say about that? You don't have a bong bag, don't you? He doesn't seem too concerned by the fact that I nearly killed him. Well, that's good that you have today and tomorrow off. But yeah, I practically killed this guy, or almost did, and he's going on with his day, like it's just a normal old thing. Alright, so the rolling thing is a bit fucking hard. I don't know how to roll. I can understand how to throw, it's fairly simple, but rolling? I guess this is one of those things that you really want to be standing for. But I'm sitting down. I can't really have my Wiimote any lower because it would have to clip inside of my body. I am a physical being, so my Wii remote cannot clip through my body in order to roll this. I mean, I can try, not like... Fuck me, how do you roll this shit? Do I have to stand? I will try standing, just to test it out. I'm not going to reorganize the whole recording scenario just to stand while doing this. But I'm going to try to see if it works. I'm not really on camera, but... This is unbelievable. That's exactly how you do it. Sorry for all the bumping and knocking, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, at this rate, it has to go like... I don't know where to start with this. I'm so sorry that I've decided to sit down on a fucking chair to play this game. I mean, seriously, what am I to do? Okay, so if I want to roll a bomb... Oh, I can do it if I... This is hilarious. So, if I go between my legs, but not into my chair, obviously, I really get my arm down in there, I can roll the bomb, but it's really fucking awkward and just generally ridiculous. Do it, yeah! Roll the bomb. What a fucking joke. Ugh. I wouldn't wish this garbage on my worst enemy, to be honest. The side of my legs? Well, the side of my legs, I've got a laptop here, got a boom stand here, I mean, it's... Ugh. My setup doesn't really allow for the swinging of my arm like a complete mongoloid. Okay, so... Which is why I haven't really been enjoying this game, because I really do not take well to swinging my arm around stupidly. Okay, I don't think we've been in this room. Pots. That looks like a drum over there. What is... Oh, is it a chair? It is a chair. Or a seat. I think a chair has to have arms, or perhaps it doesn't... What is the strict difference between a chair and a seat? I failed to delineate on that one. Alright. Maybe just from the side of you... Oh, you already wrote that. I thought I saw you type something else. I'm going insane. I'm distracted by the fact that I have to thrust my arm between my legs like I've got some sort of mental deficiency just to be able to roll a bomb. So, yeah, I'm struggling at the moment, that's all I can say. Oh, more fire keys, fuck off. As long as you don't light me on fire, I'm happy. You're so worried about the Switch version? I don't really know what's going to happen. All I can say is that I don't really have a huge stake in the outcome. Whether it's terrible or great, it really doesn't make a difference to me. I'm going to play it, and we're going to see how it is. I'm probably not going to like it that much, but I do think it's important that I give it a try, because I'd rather do that than play Breath of the Wild 2, sad as that may sound. Alright, another stranger, and you're not one of those red creeps either. I swear this neighborhood's getting crummier every day. Well, that's a positive outlook. Huh? Oh, nothing, just talking to myself. Hey, I saw this funny dressed character go into that hole over there. Okay, now that I think about it, I have not been dowsing for Zelda, so maybe I should be doing that, but anyway, it might be the friend you're looking for. I want to know... You want to know what this kook was wearing? Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the getup was blackish. Hopefully it's not Girahim, because I don't want to see him ever again. He was fucking sickening. Alright, let's go and can't we just fucking hold it up, man? I mean, I'm literally holding it vertical and it's just not good enough, apparently. I don't know what you fucking ask of me, really. Okay. So I believe those are the cubes that I attack that give me access to chests in the future, so... And when I say in the future, I mean in the sky. Or in the future when I'm next in the sky, there we go. Alright. But yeah, in terms of Skyward Sword on Switch, I would like it to be good, if only for the fact that I really would like the last traditional Zelda to be decent. And this one really isn't, this particular original version. But maybe the remake or remaster is going to be decent. I really think they should have just remade the fucking thing. I keep calling it a remake accidentally, and I really think that's what they should have done, because I think there are fundamental issues with this game. They should have remade it in the style of Twilight Princess. You know, make it so the graphics don't blind me. This seems to be going permanently. What do I do then? I've been given bombs here. Does that mean I can get some rubble to fall down? Maybe not. Where is Zelda, by the way? Let's go and dance for her. She's over there? Okay. Maybe we don't... Well, these bombs here seem to be kind of important. I feel like they would be used to get past this somehow. Do I roll them into the hole? That would be a bit weird. Why did the bombs... Fucking roll the thing, you dick. This is not working out so well. I just feel like the bombs are what I need to be using here, unless I can run up and then... Wouldn't it be nice if you could do a diagonal run up? I'm starting to grow concerned for my health. What the fuck do you want? Your hearts have decreased quite dramatically. Replenish some of your life at the earliest opportunity. Do I really need to be told to do this? To ensure that you are able to find more hearts when you need them, they are now available as a target for your dowsing ability. What the shit? Hearts are now a dowsing target. Does that mean I'm getting hit way too often? Link Between Worlds was pretty good. I think it was decent. I think... I didn't have any issues with the game as I was playing through it, that's what I'll tell you. I think I would have preferred a new Zelda game to just more of a reimagining of A Link to the Past than a remake of A Link to the Past. I think a remake almost implies that it's supposed to replace the original, but I think A Link Between Worlds was different. I think if what they really had to do at the end of the day was remake that game, what they ended up doing was better than that. So, I don't really have any bombs, do I? Stop fucking shooting the thing! Alright. Here we go, moment of truth. But yeah, I just love new Zelda games, really, at the end of the day. I'm not really a fan of remaking these old games because I go back and I enjoy them. I really do. I think remakes are only for people who don't want to play the old stinky stuff. Oh, it's too old for me to play. That's what it's really for. Because for me, I can go back and enjoy them the way they are. I grew up with them and I can go back and enjoy them forever. So I don't really know who's being accommodated by these remakes. I think what would be a whole lot better is if Nintendo could get some fucking inspiration and make a new Zelda game that's not shit. I'd love that. But maybe that's a big ask. What did I just pick up? I was a bit too busy talking to actually pay attention. We didn't pick up anything, no, we didn't pick up anything new there. I think it was rupees that we picked up, wasn't it? Okay, now, it'd be nice if I could pay attention to what I'm doing in the game. What's going on over here? Nothing? I'm just a little concerned that my way forward isn't clear. But I'll, right. Triforce Heroes is the definitive single-player experience in Zelda. Yes, yes. I wouldn't doubt that for a moment. What am I to do here? Do you have anything interesting to say? I'm pretty sure the getup was blackish. You're still talking about this, okay, well... I don't think I have much more to say to you. I just feel like there's a way forward if I use these bombs somehow. I think I am supposed to roll it in there. Yeah, I am. I definitely am. It would just stand to reason to me that if I throw the bomb in there, it's going to explode when it touches the fire, yeah. So... I just wasn't able to get it in. This is annoying. It takes a while to explode. That didn't reach it, did it? Oh, it did. Okay. Is there anything in there? No. You could have at least given me an item. Well, that was, anticlimactic, I suppose. Oh no, it's Pothead. He looks like he's got a pot on his head, what can I say? Really? How many of you do I have to deal with at one time? Stupid, okay. You've got giant bats with vines wrapped around them or something like that. I absolutely hate fighting you. Okay, so what we really want to do... Okay, I just got a good indication of what the durability's like on this thing. There we go, I'm just shield bashing him. It's a parry of sorts. In fact, it literally is a parry. So, I guess that's the way to deal with those guys. Rather than trying to attack through their stupid blocking, it's better to wait for them to attack, and then shield bash their attack away. So that's the way we're going to do it from now on with the moblins, I think. Or bokoblins they are, rather than moblins. Okay. As far as our way forward here, I suppose we could douse for Zelda and use that as our guide. Looks like we're heading over that way. What the hell is this? I really shouldn't have landed on you like that, but I can... Okay, that was the dumbest thing I've ever fucking seen. You're really gonna do that comical Link's ass is on fire in this game? It worked in Wind Waker because it was Toon Link. This is not fucking Toon Link. I don't want to see his ass on fire. It is totally ridiculous. Do I really have to... I don't think I'm gonna even bother with you guys. You really think I'm gonna stand the right distance away to get it in your fucking hole? This is ridiculous. This is the dumbest shit I've ever... Yeah, okay. That worked somehow, but rather than a single fucking rupee, I'd like a heart, actually. That would be my preference if I really had to say. If I really had to make a fucking decision on that. Please, can I have a heart? Are you having a laugh? Seriously. Did I play much of Zelda 2? It's interesting, I never really struggled with Zelda 2 because I didn't get far enough through it to experience the really hard levels. Zelda 2 isn't crushingly difficult from start to finish, it gets crushingly difficult once you reach a certain point, and I never reached that point, I don't think. I probably only played through about a third of it, and it was so long ago that I can't really tangibly recall the experience. What? I attack that thing and I just get rupees from it? I'd like to attack something and get hearts from it. That would be fucking great. I don't want a random seat with a hammer on the... What the fuck? I would like some hearts, actually. I don't think I'm being unreasonable, but... You know... This place is filled with bombs, so I'm losing health. It's just how it is. No, Andrew, I'm not a fan of Breath of the Wild, mainly because it's just not what I want in a Zelda game. But... when I was talking to Ethan about the Zelda series somewhat recently, if you don't know Ethan, he's a friend of mine, he makes an appearance on my videos at times, but when I was talking to him, he sort of opened my eyes to the fact that Zelda has never been just one thing, you know, sometimes they do change things drastically for one reason or another. It just makes me feel a little better about Breath of the Wild, but still, I don't really think Breath of the Wild is the right direction. I just hope that it's not just the way forward, and the fact that the working title for the next one is Breath of the Wild 2 really doesn't sit well with me, because it implies that they want to use the same, I guess, formula for the next Zelda because it worked so well. But again, people seem to have this misunderstanding that Breath of the Wild is so successful because it's so well done as a game. It's really not. The Zelda game that comes as a launch title on a new Nintendo console is always, or at least has for a long time, been the best-selling game in the series at that time. So Twilight Princess was huge. Wind Waker didn't do very well because the GameCube didn't do very well. Ocarina of Time was huge. Not a launch title, but it was the first game for the Zelda series on the Nintendo 64. It was the first 3D Zelda game. It was huge. You know, so there was this misunderstanding that somehow Breath of the Wild was special. What people don't seem to realize is that more people are playing video games now than in 2006, because Zelda transcends specific age demographics. There are more people alive now who are willing to play a Zelda game than there were in 2006. So of course there are going to be more sales of the Breath of the Wild game as compared to Twilight Princess. It's really quite simple. So what I'm trying to tell you is that Breath of the Wild's success is not because it's a well-designed game. It's just a Zelda game that people got on the Switch, and that's it. It's really not a big deal. Lighting seems fine. Wait, you ain't one of those red guys. Do I have to read this every fucking time? Clearly I'm not one of these red guys. I think it makes sense that you're identifying that I'm not, but I don't want to read it every time I talk to you guys. It's really boring me. Don't creep up on me like that. Almost had to tackle ya there. Tackle ya. Tackle ya. I'm not going to read it as ya because it's stupid. Didn't mean to yell at you. But those red jerks moved in and have been stinking up our turf, you know. Are you talking about the ones with the shells that I was just attacking because they were red? They came up through that hole back there, so I sunk the road leading to it in lava. That'll stop more of them from moving in, I'd say. How do you even go about doing that? Anyway. Of course we can tunnel underneath it, so it's no sweat for us. Pretty clever, right? Sure. Well, this is the problem. That was the big issue with Breath of the Wild. It was the fact that they decided to remove dungeons and replace them with shrines. It's so funny. Everyone seems to be desperately in love with Breath of the Wild, even though it's fairly generic as far as open world sandboxes are concerned. You could have called it anything. It didn't have to be Zelda. To me, it seemed like a Zelda spin-off. But, you know, it ended up being a Zelda game because it is technically called Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and it technically had Link and Zelda in it. But aside from that, and recognizable species, it didn't feel like a Zelda game at all. But my point is that, while everyone loves Breath of the Wild, everyone can pretty much agree that the shrines suck. Which is really interesting because the shrines are a major part of the fucking game. Imagine the major part of the game being something that there is almost a consensus on the fact that it sucks. It's really weird. But anyway, what am I doing here? I'm sitting very strangely in my chair for motion controls, but the motion controls will not dictate how I sit in my chair, that's what I've decided. Not that you can notice this, but you can only see up to, well, you know where you can see up to. It's up to my chest level. Where are the bombs near here? What I'm really concerned by is my fucking health. I don't have much of it at all, and I'm sick of hearing that blinking noise. You guys are probably sick of hearing that blinking noise too, but I cannot fucking stop it because I'm not being given health. I couldn't possibly bring those bombs all the way over there. That's not possible. Yeah, I can live with shrines for one Zelda game, I guess. But it can't be the future of the series, no way. Well, that's what I was hoping for when Breath of the Wild was first announced as Zelda Wii U back in 2013 or whatever it was. I was really excited. I was expecting pretty much Twilight Princess, but open world, which I suppose was a naive hope of mine, but that's what I believed at the time. That's what was in my head. That's why I was excited for Zelda Wii U when it was first announced. It seemed really ambitious, and I was excited to see Zelda become open world, but then they just kind of made it generic, at least in my view. Something was mentioned about that fire pouring out there. It would be nice if I could pay attention to... Oh, for fuck's sake. You stupid fucking asshole. Do I want to continue adventuring? It's not a matter of want, it's a matter of need. I'm not done with the fucking video yet. I'd love to stop adventuring. I'd love to just stop playing this fucking game, to be completely honest with you. It's the biggest embarrassment to ever make its way into the Zelda series. It's honestly just a complete fucking joke of a video game. Anyway, so... tell us how you really feel, Doom. But anyway, yeah, so... It seems I need to bomb that rubble over that way, but I don't know exactly where I'm supposed to get the bombs to do it. Something was mentioned about that lava pouring out of that hole, but I didn't read what was said, and that might have actually been key to progressing further. Let's just run before it sinks. So I guess that's the point, that stuff sinks, so I can't be standing on it for too long. I did get toasted indeed. But only my ass, and then it was game over. I think it's so stupid to see Link... You know, let's compare the way you died in lava in Twilight Princess to this game. In Twilight Princess, Link would fall into the lava, his body would slowly start moving, or rather slowly stop moving. It was like this really gradual process where he's actually dying. You can watch Link die. He slowly stops moving and then his hand disappears under the lava and he's dead. That's Twilight Princess. In this game, Link's ass is on fire, he's flying through the air like it's fucking Toon Link in Wind Waker. What a joke. I feel like my intelligence is being insulted every moment I play this fucking abysmal video game. Okay, so... where are the bombs that I need? Maybe it's not even... Maybe I'm not even supposed to use bombs, maybe I'm supposed to do something else. I mean, I'm assuming that's my way forward. I can't really see anything else that would be a way forward. I suppose what I would need to do is... Wait, were there bombs over that way? No, they're on the other side of like a decline. I guess my only option is to try and run these across, but I don't think it's going to work. I don't think they last that fucking long. That's just crazy. But you don't know until you try, do you? Oh, I can't run with them. Okay. Well, that's that theory completely dashed. I can live with being proven wrong. I just like to confirm these things to be viable or non-viable. Because again, it is one of those situations where if you're trying to work something out, until you actually try something, sometimes you can't really know if it's going to work or not. We couldn't possibly be expected to jump across this. That's just ridiculous. There's no way. I don't think I'd be able to make that jump. Link isn't that athletic. I didn't mean to do that at all, but it's fine. Yeah, so those bombs over there, I don't know if there's a way to get them across here. Because it's possible that that could work. I'm definitely supposed to... Ah. Yes, I think I see now. I think I see. So I am supposed to bring the bomb across. I just have to be really smart with it. Fuck! So, if I destroy that rock that's preventing the lava from properly flowing out, then that should do something for me. How am I supposed to fucking do this? This is unbelievable. I hate this game so much. Every puzzle in it is just... makes me sick. It's just as well I've got an empty stomach, otherwise I'd be holding in my fucking breakfast. Okay, so... I do think that that's what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm supposed to blow that up. How I'm supposed to do that, I really don't know. Because I don't know how to get those bombs across. But it seems like that's really what we're supposed to do. In fact, they're making it really obvious. I don't know... okay. If they want to show me what my objective is, then why don't they have something that's not me dowsing for Zelda? Zelda is not inside a lava pool. Nor should her essence be inside a lava pool to justify the fact that I'm getting a dowsing reaction. So, therefore, what are they fucking doing? It's just this really awkward way to say, go here, but there is nothing relating to Zelda there. So what are they on about? It's really weird. Nice mic, thank you. So what I could try to do, because this is getting a bit miserable, is I could try dowsing for hearts, because if I'm going to keep trying to work this out, I'm going to need some help. So we will try to get that under control. We've got hearts over there, we've got hearts over there. I think that's one thing that I can do. I can probably go and shoot down some hearts. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that I'm taking the time. You know what I could do? I could intentionally... well, what I could do, rather than just intentionally kill myself to get health back, I could actually use this life to try and blow this up, so... maybe I'm supposed to roll. Okay, you know, that's the problem. If I throw the bomb, then that's great, but in the time that it takes me to throw the bomb, this walkway is sinking. So... do I roll the bomb across, and then... I can't roll with a... I can't roll bombs in this game because I'm sitting on a chair. If I'm sitting on a chair, it's very, very awkward. Let me just fix the lighting one moment, it's getting darker outside. Alright, how's that? Alrighty. So, this has been a very unpleasant experience so far, just going through this area. I'm not a fan of it. It's really just not sitting well with me at all. Let's go and get some health over here. I just don't find it to be very fun. It's not a very fun game to go through. That's my impression of it. But I'm pretty sure I found the way forward. I just need to work out how to actually do anything with it. It would be nice to actually have bombs on hand or something. Aha! Maybe I'm supposed to use you. That's one thing that you should always do when playing a Zelda game. Always consider what tools you have on hand when you're trying to solve a puzzle. Because usually, well not usually, but oftentimes how it works is if you can't solve it through the, I guess, capabilities of Link as he is, then you have to look at the tools that he has on hand that would, I suppose, extend his capabilities beyond what he normally would be able to do. So, therefore, this thing, I don't think it was ever explained to me, but I think this is a really good way to go about it. I think this, I can't really remember what it's called, I'm sorry, but I think it can grab the bombs, and maybe I can carry the bomb to where it's supposed to go. No? That would be called good game design. I forgot that I was playing Skyward Sword. Okay, so, what am I to do then? They said Breath of the Wild 2 was supposed to be darker. That would be nice. I would say that the first Breath of the Wild game is fine. I would say it's a happy medium between Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. This is just too fucking colourful and cartoonish, and well, the cartoonish aspect is fine. I do love Wind Waker, but this just sucks. I didn't mean to jump there. And stop burning your ass, you stupid boy. Okay, so I thought that I had touched on a really, really great idea. The idea that we would use this bug to actually destroy it. I mean, we could just try flying the bug into it, couldn't we? We could just try that. I don't know what you want from me, game, but this is kind of depressing. to be completely honest. If I have to, I will just pull out a walkthrough. You know what I'm going to do? I don't have enough respect for this game to just work it out on my own, so I'm going to just check a walkthrough quickly. Do I go to Zelda Dungeon? Do I make this terrible decision? I think so. The reason why that would be a terrible decision is because Zelda Dungeon has, time and time again, whenever I've used it as a walkthrough, particularly while live, it has let me down, because there is actual incorrect information in Zelda Dungeon walkthroughs, and they have absolutely no intention of fixing it. They never will, and so far they never have, so... There you go, that's my Zelda Dungeon advertisement. Now, Eldin Volcano is where we are currently. I'm going to see how to progress from this point. If you guys are like, he's using a walkthrough, I'm just going to say, haha, shut up. I'm not sitting here working this out. I've had my fun. And really, to describe it as fun would be inaccurate. Okay, so what are we to do? So, okay, I've found the part that I'm supposed to be looking at. It says, okay, it gives you a small clue on what you need to do, referring to the mole guy I was talking about, that lava. It would have helped if I had read that, I do agree. There is a boulder that is blocking the lava from escaping. There are no nearby bombs, so we'll have to run back across the bridge. Unfortunately, we cannot carry a bomb across the bridge, so in order to blow up the boulder, you'll have to make a precise roll of a bomb, which I did guess, and somehow managed to forget about. I had realized that I probably wanted to roll the bomb across, but in my frustration and in reading the chat, I'd forgotten that I'd decided that I should do that. Do so and the lava will come flowing out, leaving a pathway. Oh, rather. So in order to... Yeah, okay. So that's what we're supposed to do going forward. If it makes you feel any better as the viewer, I did work it out already. It's just, now I have to splay my legs like a woman in heat. And... fuck! I hate this fucking game. It is the biggest joke on the Nintendo Wii. The biggest joke. What do you want from me, huh? In fact, I might have even done this before and it barely went anywhere. Look, if I accidentally go on the fucking bridge, it's over, so... Are there different, like, intensities to how hard I roll it? Okay, what? No, it's not close enough. Clearly not close enough, but... So clearly when they said in Zelda Dungeon that you need a precise roll, they were not joking, because I regret to say that this is another one of those situations where the thing you're supposed to do is almost presented to you in a way that would make you think that this is not what you're supposed to do because it is so precise. When you're going through a game blind, I think I was doing this before, I think I had rolled the bomb and it looked as if it wasn't going to make it all the way across, so I thought, no, it can't be that. So my brain went further, and I thought maybe the bug could grab onto the bomb and carry it to the fucking thing. No. It's simpler than that. I just roll the bomb across. But because it's so precise, because it's so finicky, because it's so, in my opinion, poorly designed, I was convinced that that was not the way to go forward. And certainly other people would have the same experience. And then turn to a walkthrough. No, for fuck's sake! How is it so difficult to do simple things in this game? You wonder, I mean, those poor motherfuckers, those poor people who are so deeply misguided that they think this game is some sort of unsung beauty of the Zelda series, something that is underappreciated. You've got to be having a fucking laugh. It is designed by monkeys. It is Zelda for monkeys. Designed by monkeys. That's what it fucking is. God forbid I didn't mean to knock my... There goes my... Oh, okay, that works somehow. In smashing my laptop with my Wiimote, I managed to, you know, roll it correctly. I don't even care anymore. Hello, Spaceman. And, yeah. Certainly, Twilight Princess has great character models, I do agree with that. But I don't really have a preference for colourful or dark games. What I have a preference for are games that can really follow that through well. Twilight Princess followed through its dark design very, very well. It looked amazing. It is still the best looking Zelda game. And it came out in 2006, so let that sink in. Alright, so let's head up here, I guess. This is probably our way forward. I'd love these hearts. No, stop it. I want the heart, please. How are we going for time? I'll probably find a place to finish up a little bit later on. Okay, you know, within the next 10 to 20 minutes. Fucking, okay, well, I thought I was expected to land somewhere particularly, but, or in particular, here we go, chest test, no, don't dive, dickhead. Oh, you can barely do anything, can you? Can't you? Or what am I even saying? Bob the Builder is back at it with a circular saw. And it's, oh, it's 10:30 in the morning on a Tuesday, it's not too bad. Oh wait, Sunday night in the US, no, it's Monday night in the US, silly me. Anyway. I don't even know what day it is, clearly. I mean, it would make sense that I'm a little confused as to what day it would be in the US or in that part of the world, but, yeah, I'm actually a whole day out. I'm saving my progress, what fun. That whole falling sequence makes me sick. Just thought I'd let you know, just thought I'd give you an update on my opinions regarding the game, and all of that business. Ocarina of Time looks great. Yeah, I'd say it's alright. I just wish it wasn't on the 3DS. I don't know why you would put a game that was originally on a stationary console onto a portable console when it's remade. Makes no fucking sense to me. Well, actually it does make sense. I did realize why that was the case at some point in the past. It was the realization that they wanted to bolster the sales of the 3DS in the least creative way possible. And that's how they did it. So instead of just making Ocarina of Time in a remade version just for the sake of it, and also for the benefit of people who would like to re-experience it with better graphics, they were just like, how do we make a good game to make people buy the 3DS? Oh, I have an idea. We'll just take a game that so many people have nostalgic, I guess, attachments to, and we'll remake it for the 3DS. Done. Thanks, Nintendo. Meanwhile, I have to, you know, look at my shitty Nintendo 3DS screen to enjoy Ocarina of Time. It's really, really lovely. Same with Majora's Mask. Grr, those creeps just shimmied on in and took over our territory, so they're referring to Bokoblins, good to know. So, at least that mystery's solved. Nice hat. I hope that's a hat and not your hair. It looks like a hat to me. Like a beanie or something. Yeah, what are you doing? Don't be sneaking up on me like that. Huh? You're looking for your friend? Can't help you there. Nobody's come through here, so maybe they went up the mountain from over that way. I read it as that way, but it's actually that-a-way. Okay. Wish someone would chase these clowns out of here. I may very well be your man. Alright, I'm just going to attack. How many of them are there? Come on. How many of them are there? I don't know if doing a Skyward Strike is worth it. Let's do a spin attack. Come on. Spin attack doesn't work because they're all shielding at the same fucking time. What a delight, honestly. Okay, so I managed to hit a few of you. I'm just not going to do any parrying if I'm dealing with this many fucking enemies at one time. It's ridiculous. Can we not do... I hope they're not infinitely spawning. What's happening with you, my friend? Wanted to do a finishing attack on you. That didn't work at all. Okay, we'll get the heart out of you, and then... I'm ready to shield that. Shit, that didn't work at all. And look at how much of my shield's durability has been reduced. That was a real Breath of the Wild moment right there. Because I'm just walking around normally, and next thing you know, I'm starting to climb a fucking wall. Which is one of the issues that I have with Breath of the Wild. Clearly, a result of changes made in this game. Shut up, Bob the Builder. You guys can hear him, I think, but distantly. He's actually one of my guests on my videos quite frequently. He's a very rude guest and makes a lot of noise, and really he'd be better off 6 feet under the ground, but aside from that, he is very much a major part of my videos. Come on, attack me, come on. I don't really know how that works, but I guess I barely got him on the edge of that animation, which is good to see. You've got a golden skull that I actually don't care about. Why do I need to go back to this collection screen if I've already acquired one before? I don't have time for that. Fucking arsehole. Alright, so you're dead. I think they do infinitely spawn. If I get some indication that they infinitely spawn, I'm out of here. Okay, you can fucking stop that. They're infinitely spawning. Okay, well, let's just move out of here. I don't know if there's anywhere to go. Oh, there's a chest up here, but I don't know how to get to it. Can you fucking stop? Maybe I need to kill this guy. Maybe because he's blowing the horn. I have to make it very clear that because I can't really hear the game, audio cues such as that guy blowing the horn don't really enter into the equation. So, yeah, if that was supposed to be a hint as to why they were infinitely spawning, I didn't pick up on it for the reason that I couldn't even fucking hear it. But I did end up seeing him blow the horn, which allowed me to, therefore, put 2 and 2 together and realise that that's probably why they kept spawning. Whoa, you took out every last one of them. Yeah, a whole lot more than I really should have been killing, but anyway. I wonder how I should get to that chest. Maybe it's through going this way. No, that doesn't look probable at all. Wonder if the bug could be used in any way. Is there anything interesting up there? Not that I can really see. But you know what, I think there would be something up there, so I'm going to throw my bug. We're going to see where it takes me. It has to go somewhere, look at this. There's no way that this leads to nothing. If it does, then so be it, but... Seems like I'm getting better at killing them. Yeah, it has to happen eventually, doesn't it? I just hate motion control combat systems. They feel like shit, they look like shit, and they are shit, so... There you go. Part of the issue is that I just don't have full range of movement. When I was first playing through this game while standing... Bob, can you shut the fuck up, please? Just do everyone a fucking favour and put your head on that instead of whatever metal you're cutting at the moment. You're one tough customer, thanks for all your help. But anyway, I was reading what was written there, if you're not even watching, for whatever reason. And you're wondering how that connected to the fact that I just told a guy to cut his own head off with a circular saw. But yeah, when I was originally playing through this game, I was standing up. And I didn't have nearly as much difficulty fighting those bokoblins as I did this time around through this Let's Play. It has to do with the fact that I'm sitting down, you have less range of movement with your arm, I'm using more wrist movements than arm movements, which results in lower accuracy generally, and even though I can identify this as the problem, it leaves me frustrated to know that to play a game at least like this that has motion controls comfortably, I need to be standing. I don't want to have to stand to play a video game, it's stupid. I don't mind it if it's an option, but if it's a requirement to play the game well, then it fucking sucks. Again, I always go back to my point of comparison, which is Dragon Quest Swords. That is the motion control game that I've played the most in my life. I haven't played many games that rely on motion controls, but I have played Dragon Quest Swords, and it is not based on Wii Motion Plus, it is just regular Wii motion controls. And I can play the whole game with wrist movements without difficulty. I can sit down and just flick my wrist and have pretty good accuracy. And that's all I need. Why do I have to play this fucking game, which requires such specific arm-based movements that sitting down really doesn't work properly? So, yeah, the whole situation is that Skyward Sword is not worth the requirements for playing it comfortably, is what I'm trying to say. It's not even a well-designed game. I mean, I can complain about the motion controls, but every other aspect of the fucking game is pretty low level as well, as far as Zelda games are concerned, and especially if you compare it directly to the game that preceded it, which was Twilight Princess, a damn near masterpiece compared to this steaming pile of horse shit. You're one tough customer, thanks for all your help. I don't blame you for not knowing this, but us Mogmas always honour our debts. Let me give you something to prove it. Any special requests? A way forward. That'd be fucking great. I'd love to have someone like you to say, go this way, every time I don't know what I'm doing. House of the Dead with Blades. Look, people aren't a huge fan of Dragon Quest swords, especially referring to Dragon Quest fans, but I got a lot of enjoyment out of the game, and for me, it's the game that offers a good example of a motion control based game. It's almost entirely motion controls in terms of combat, and well, it isn't entirely motion controls when it comes to combat. Moving around is done with the D-pad on the Wiimote, but everything else is basically motion controls, and that works perfectly fine. But this does not work perfectly fine. This is a joke. Oh right, you're trying to find your friend, aren't you? In that case, take these things. There's something pretty special, if I say so myself. Bombay? Digging mitts? Haven't seen these since Minish Cap. Okay. So in the Minish Cap, the mitts were, well, a new item type. But I'm guessing, much like the Minish Cap, we can't just dig wherever the hell we want. We can only go to specific places. Sorry for bumping the mic. We can only go to specific places and then dig there. Oh. So you actually like Dragon Quest swords as a Dragon Quest fan. That's good to know. People dislike it, I guess, because it's just different. It's probably not their idea of what a Dragon Quest game should be, so they think it's crappy. They probably thought it was a bit gimmicky, and I can appreciate that. I may very well have that same opinion I may very well have had that same opinion if I were a Dragon Quest player, had played Dragon Quest games, then played Dragon Quest swords. It seems like the kind of opinion that I'd have. However, I would hope that through playing Dragon Quest swords I would realise that there is value in the game itself. But for me, not having really played any Dragon Quest games at all except for that spin-off, I think it's a good game. Definitely does the job for me. I've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of it, and I've played it a lot on this channel. So there you go. With these, you should be able to get to the top of that ledge right behind me. So, that soft soil is actually something we can dig through? That's fucking weird. Just try digging in that hole below the ledge. You're in for a surprise. This is going to be really interesting if the way you dig in this game is only down, because then it would beg the question why we wouldn't just get a fucking shovel. But I'm guessing you will be able to dig straight in front of you through a wall or something like that. We'll have to see what happens. I just hope your friend hasn't been captured by those red guys. He's hoping everything's okay. Yes, indeed. This is very weird. Dig. Please fucking tell me that that's not the only use of the mitts, because that's going to be really embarrassing. If they've gone and added digging mitts into the game, when really you only use them in the same way you would use a fucking shovel. But anyway, so I'm guessing this might lead to the chest. It probably ultimately leads to the chest. Let's give it a try. Oh, guess that's just a rupee, isn't it? Yeah. What's this? Oh, you got some Eldin ore. Okay. This hard concretion sparkles brightly. It also has lots of different uses. Swords to you is what World is to me. I can perfectly appreciate that. The difference is, Potato, Dragon Quest Swords was a spin-off. And I've actually said this many times before. Because World was literally the way forward in the Monster Hunter series, it wasn't something that I could ignore. So, I would actually argue, Potato, that Dragon Quest Swords to you is not World to me, because much of my hatred of World stems from the fact that it's not a spin-off. And much of my disappointment in Breath of the Wild stems from the fact that it's not a spin-off. So there you go. I don't know how to get to this chest, but one thing that I think is safe to say, that whatever is in the chest probably isn't that important. So I'm just going to leave it there. I could always be wrong, maybe it's very important. But I'm just going to guess that it's not. Alright. I wonder if I should just... You know, I'm following the path of least resistance first. Just sort of continuing without digging, but maybe this is useful. Oh no, it's just... See, I don't know if it's going to be a column of air, or if it's going to be a rupee, I really don't know, but... I guess that's the mystery of it. Right now, it's really fucking awkward for Link to, you know, get down and dirty in the fucking hole with his hands like some sort of animal, when he could just get a fucking shovel. I understand that mole people would probably have mitts with claws instead of a shovel. However, why would mole people have mitts with claws? You see what I mean? It's not like that makes any sense either, because they've literally got claws that they dig with anyway. They wouldn't have a reason to have those. So if they're going to have something for humans to use, why not just have a shovel? Because so far, all I'm doing is digging in the ground like some sort of invalid. Hello. Whoa, you scared me silly. You can't just start digging right above my head, you know. But I get where you're coming from. You never know... What? You never know what you're going to find when you dig, so it's impossible to stop. Rupees are the most common treasure you'll dig up, but sometimes you might even score Eldin ore or some hearts. I'd like some hearts, to be completely honest. So if you run across a hole and you've got the time, dig, dig, dig. Well, I'm hoping for a save point sometime soon. Oh, shit. Well, I guess we're doing that again. What's in here? Oh, okay. I have a feeling that there was a direction that I could have gone in that I didn't go in, so I might just backtrack briefly just to confirm that. I'm a little bit confused as to where I've been. I think we went this way, didn't we? So maybe we couldn't continue over here. No, we were able to continue that. Well, let's go this way first, because this might not actually be a way forward. This might be just a dead end at the top here, or this might even lead to that chest that I was talking about before. What's happening here? Looks like some sort of... Oh, it's a camp for bokoblins. Hallelujah. Fucking hell. Alright, let's go and drink one of those potions. I think it's here. Oh, okay. We're gonna do that, are we? Well, okay. So, I hate having to keep track of my durability, but you know what? As long as I have the revitalizing potions to do it, I can live with it. Things like shield durability just aren't typically something I have to bother with when it comes to Zelda games, but it's fine if they want to do that. I really wasn't a fan of the wooden shield because that just breaks immediately, but this shield here, the durability is a little bit easier to manage. I also really like the color scheme of the durability bar in conjunction with the icon of the shield itself. Great, 3 directions to go into. It's the Cave of Wonders. Wonder why I'm even playing this fucking game. Okay, so... I guess I was right. It might be... Well, it does link to the chest, but it might be the center... or the middle path. Digging mitts are cooler? I tend to disagree. I think digging mitts are stupid to be used in that way. I think if you were to dig into a wall straight in front of you, sure. But Link, standing up here, you know, he's a fairly tall guy. He gets on his hands and knees and digs into the ground like an animal. It's weird, because the mitts in the Minish Cap were used to dig tunnels and dig through stuff that was the same height, if not higher, than Link was. Whereas in this game, you're just doing what you would do with a shovel. It's just really weird to me. It doesn't make any sense. Unless the usage changes in the future, I think the digging mitts kind of suck in this game. That's going to be my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Alright. What have we got from... Oh, fuck. I mean, maybe it's really useful. I don't need to see the collection screen again. I literally just got Eldin ore before. Stop showing me every time. Anyway, that was great fun, wasn't it? Should I just return to the save point? Or should I just... Yeah, maybe I'll hope for... I guess that's That's the game telling me, no! You keep going now. So, I guess I'll just look for the next save point. That's something we've already dug into. Got bombs here, which is good, because we need them. I need one here. Here we go again. Need to splay my legs. Yeah, the durability is a lot cooler when the... oh, for fuck's sake. Was it destroyed? Wow. Surprisingly, the explosion is large enough. Can you just get the fucking... like, come on. You've got to be joking. Did Breath of the Wild have gambling in your version? I hear simulated gambling gives a mature rating in Australia because of strict rules. Like microtransactions, loot boxes, that sort of thing? I've never seen it. I don't think the game would change for Australia in terms of whether or not it could be sold at a specific rating, probably. But I don't think it would be changed. I just probably haven't gotten to that point. Fuck off, you fucking thing! I don't even want to explain how I got into that situation. Where am I taking this? Here. Roll the fucking thing! You roll when I don't want you to roll, or rather when it's less necessary, but when I really want you to roll the fucking thing, go in. Did that work? No. I'm just hurting myself at this point. Fuck this stupid shit. But yeah, I haven't really come across anything like that. Oh, an NPC you can gamble with. What? So it's not real money? You just gamble with rupees. What? That's just normal. That's like a normal part of a video game. I'm assuming you're talking about actual microtransactions when it comes to Australian laws, putting that as a mature rating, unless, like, any simulation of gambling. I guess you did say simulation, didn't you? Simulated gambling. What the fuck? I don't know. I guess it's, well, what rating does Breath of the Wild have? Let's find out. Yeah. Mature. Fantasy violence. Doesn't say anything about gambling, but it says fantasy violence. Yeah, that's M for mature. It's not very colourful because I've got chroma key activated, so it's, you know, a lot more vibrant in actual fact, but that's the Wii U version. That's the version I have. I got it day of release. But, yeah. It's got a mature rating, alright. Well, E10 Plus couldn't be that. I think, although maybe that is equivalent. Maybe that would be about right. Mature doesn't have... the only rating system that mentions anything to do with age in Australia is an actual restriction, which is technically by law. Of course, there is no enforcement of the law. It really only comes into effect for viewing a movie in the cinema, for example, or for buying a game over the counter. There is a restriction starting at age 15, and then you go to age 18. That's MA for mature audiences, 15 plus, which is, again, a restriction to 15, and then after that you've got R, which is restricted, 18 plus. Prior to that you've got G, general exhibition, PG, parental guidance, and then M for mature. That was M for mature. So again, there's no age attached to that, but I'd say M for mature probably does have an equivalent with E10 plus. Although a mature audience or a mature person wouldn't really be 10 years old, so I guess it's maybe 13 would be the ideal age for an M-rated game in Australia. So maybe it's not equivalent. In other words, maybe you're right. Maybe the reason why it got an M rating in Australia was because of simulated gambling, which is a funny thought. But I don't know if this is a recent law that's been passed. Keeping in mind, Breath of the Wild came out in 2017, so maybe it's a recent thing. I'm not sure. You got a silver rupee. It's worth a whopping 100 rupees. How many rupees can I hold? I think it's 500 that I can hold. I'm really hoping for a save point soon. I didn't really want to go much further than an hour and 10. But whatever. I guess I'm stuck. I'm continuing with my favourite Zelda game. Roll it. Am I just going to endlessly harm myself in doing this? Do I even need to go through? I don't even think I need to access anything over there, so let's not even bother. Yeah, there's no need. There's some grass here. Can I have some hearts? Hearts are a bit hard to fucking come by. I guess that's the reason why they give me heart dowsing as an option. Because sometimes finding hearts is a fucking nightmare. In fact, that's heart dowsing right there. Better than fucking dowsing for Zelda. I can't. Just roll the fucking thing! I can't even describe to you how difficult it is to achieve a roll with a bomb when you're sitting in a chair. It's ridiculous. Yes, I did see that, Nintendo Sonista. I actually recorded the day it was announced and talked about it quite a little bit. Is that... oh, really? How does the fuse on this bomb fucking work? I swear to God it makes no sense. Is that should be close enough, come on baby. That's gotta do it. Yes, it did. Okay, and I get nothing in return, of course. Okay, well that's fine. Can I have some hearts please, and maybe even a save point? No, no save point. Let's see if we get any hearts. Rupees, not really keen. Oh, thank God, I wasn't taken to my collection screen this time. What joy, what joy. Okay. It'll be 1080p and 60 FPS. Well, I'm glad to see 60 FPS. I didn't really realise that the Switch was going to do 60 FPS, but I guess I've never really felt the need to check to see if the Switch supported that. But yeah. I'm assuming my television, I mean, I've got kind of an old television. I hope that it has a refresh rate of 60 Hz. Never even considered that. But I like my TV because it's a nice size. It's flat screen, of course. It's not that old, but it is, it's... I wouldn't even call that a bezel. It's bigger than a bezel. It's huge. But anyway. The actual size of it is quite small, and I think you'll find that it's difficult to get an actual television these days that's nice and small. So, size-wise it really fits. In terms of its distance from my seating position, or my sitting position, and all of that business, so that's the reason why I've never replaced it with anything else. I've considered it, but I did some research online and I just couldn't really find a nice television of around the same size. They're all so fucking big these days, because that's just what televisions are. They're supposed to be used in a living room and you're supposed to be further away from it. And I guess a monitor for use with a computer is what you'd get at this size these days. I don't know what the size is, I think it's about... what would it be? Maybe 35 inches, maybe... I'm trying to compare it to my monitor. I'd say about 30 inches, something like that. 30 to 35 would be my estimate. Imagine playing Skyward Sword with no heart drops. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm having to put up with right now. But it's fine. I guess I can't complain about the game being crushingly easy at the very least, but... again, difficulty has never been my focus when it comes to games. Whether they be easy or hard, it makes no difference. I take things on board a little differently than that. Whoa, now there's a green one. One of your people just came charging through here, dressed all in black. Again, who is this? Is this that Girahim guy? That's probably getting towards the dungeon. See that up ahead? That's what we call a drop-dead dead end. But this character danced right over it. Why do you all call him a character? I understand it's not like unusual, it's just unusual for more than one person to use that terminology. Seriously? Jumping over a gap like that? My jaw hit the dirt. Okay. Well, that's great. Well, it looks like we have just unlocked a shortcut. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick up the gun. I don't even know if that's a good rendition, but that's the way Bill Hicks did it. Funny references, not? If you're ever looking for pop culture references from me, what? Why does it move when I stand here? This is some advanced fucking technology. Hey. You and the goddess's chosen hero. Oh, are you the all-black person? Okay, so you are not Girahim. Thank fuck for that. Zelda is ahead. Hurry. I'm assuming you're like the Sheik of this game. And I really don't need a Sheik in this game. I don't need an equivalent because Sheik sucked, okay? But I can guess that this is not actually Zelda. For anyone who didn't know that Sheik is actually Zelda, I apologize for the spoilers. Can this be destroyed with a bomb? Probably not. Because it looks like a more solid structure than that, yeah. It looks like something that's not going to go anywhere. What even? It looks like a trap for an animal. Like a lion trap or something. That's what it looks like. Maybe if I blow this side of it, maybe that would actually give me access to it. I don't know. Oh, fuck me. Why did I stand so close? No, that didn't work. Maybe it was once a tower and it's since fallen on its side, something like that. But it does have a hollow interior. Just in the meantime, I'm going to blow up this hole over here. Let's try to throw it. I don't think I can get the bomb there. No, it's not looking hopeful, is it? Let's go digging here. I will save and end momentarily, though. Because I've had my fun for today in Skyward fucking Sword. Absolutely. Alright. Would I ever consider streaming a Metroid title? I would, actually. It's just unfortunate that it's kind of low on my list of priorities. I have a lot of things that I want to record. And Metroid is not going to enter that for a while. It's not going to enter the bucket list, I guess you could say. So, while I would be willing to do that, absolutely, because the Metroid series is a series that I've always wanted to get into since I was growing up. But unfortunately, yeah, I've just got so many other things that I want to play, so I wouldn't expect it in... Well, during the next 5 years, I'd say you wouldn't expect to see it, or you shouldn't expect to see it. Anyway, I do thank you all for watching. This has been what I believe to be the 8th part of the Let's Play. We are probably pretty close to the dungeon. I think we've made decent progress, although we could have gotten through a little bit more had we not been stuck at that stupid bridge with the rolling bomb. But I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. I'm considering maybe streaming again today, but we'll see what happens on that front. If you are on my Discord, you will be updated as far as that's concerned, either way. But I do thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.